This Access lesson once again deals with building queries. However, in a different way. We've learned that we can apply a filter, create a filter, run a filter, and save the filter as a query. Now you're going to learn that you can start a query from scratch. Now, I'm going to introduce a new tab now called the Create tab. So we're going to click on that. And from this tab, I have the ability to go to Query Design. Now, you can create a query with the Query Wizard, but I'm going to skip over that and go right to the place where you have the ability to customize your filter, your query from beginning to end. So we're going to design it from scratch. So I'm going to turn that on, and here it's asking which table would you like to use in order to build this query, which remember is just a permanent filter. So we're going to use some of the same ones we used in the other example, but we're going to build them here instead. So we're going to use the table members once again, and then we're going to close this window. We're only going to use one table for these, and you can expand this so that you can see all your fields, and that's what I've done. Now, this asterisk. If I double click on the asterisk, it means put all the fields in, however, don't show them all. So if I double click this, it's saying this will display every single thing you have on the table, okay, in here. And if you want to now add criterion, you would simply select the ones that you want. So here I can say, all right, for pool privileges, I wanted no pool privileges. And for phone, I wanted is not null. Now, these little check marks mean show these fields. Now, here there's already a check mark for show every single field. So if you're going to use the asterisk, make sure you turn this and this off, because when you go to view your query, you're going to see pool privileges and phone twice, which is really not what you want. Now, when you've built it, you want to take a look at how it's going to look. This is the button you hit right here, View. So we'll go to View. Actually, View and Run do the exact same thing. So I'm going to go to View. And that just changes from the view where how is this going to look. So we've got people with no pool and only people with phone numbers. So this is working perfectly. Okay. So I'm going to go back to Design View here, which is where we designed this thing. If I would have left these turned on and I go back to View, you're going to see this repeated once again. So pools repeated and field ones repeated. It really doesn't look right. Okay, so we're just going to turn that off. Now, I'm going to totally get rid of these and kind of start over here. And you can do that. Another way to bring all of these down, this is actually a preferred way for me. I double clicked on table members and it selected everything, and then you can simply drag this down here and it brings them all in. It brings them all in, the checkbox is on, and now we can do basically exactly what we just did. So for phone, we can go to criteria and say, all right, for phone is not null, and now I'm looking for pool privileges, and the answer there is no. And now I can run this, and I'm getting the exact same result. And then I can go back here. So those are two different ways. You can ask for the asterisk, or you can bring it down. The other thing you can do, I'm going to clear this whole grid now. Just going to empty all of this here and start over. You can also simply ask for parts of the table to show up. So if you only want the person's, let's say, first name, I double-click first name, last name, and then I can say phone and pool privileges. And now I can say, all right, for phone, I want is not null. And for pool privileges, it's no. Now when I run this, I'm only going to see these four fields. So this, if I were to save this as a query, whenever I run it, this is all the information I'm going to get. So your query doesn't need to have all of the fields included in it. So those are your main choices that you have when you're creating your query. And of course, if you're happy with this and you want to save it, you would simply come here and you would save it. Right? It's saying query name. And of course, I would probably call this, like we did in the last example, no pool phone. And now that's a brand new query here. So that's how you design a query in Design View from any one of the tables that you have.